standing in the baseline, the definition of the mean. An unedited civilian on a highly polished screen. No cinematic shadow, no inheritance of grace, just average architecture and an ordinary face. But the market got flooded with a fictional design, a checklist of illusions that the desperate must align. You've got to be a savior, a provider and a beast, an elite psychological puzzle, or an alpha at the least. The entry fee is staggering, the threshold is absurd. They're filtering for prodigies based on a single word. If you're just a working bastard with a standard set of gears, you're invisible as oxygen dissolving in the years. Because the algorithm's promised a flawless piece of art, leaving average men to bleed out at the starting line of heart. They want a tailored paradox, a custom-ordered king, while you're just a human being trying to survive the sting. It's an impossible metric, a rigged fucking game, where mediocrity gets treated like a badge of total shame. Flawless piece of art, starting line of art. But let's say that you crawl inside, you compromise the gate, and you land a fragile contract with the arbiters of fate. Then the real trial begins, the moving goalposts in the dark, where every casual gesture gets sharpened to a mark. You're walking on a tightrope made of unexpressed desire, and the slightest lack of mind reading sets the house on fire. You're too quiet, you're too desperate, you're not listening to the cue as they project a dozen novels onto everything you do. It's a grueling choreography of synthetic demands, shifting expectations slipping through your bleeding hands. You're an actor in a play where they keep rewriting lines, trapped inside a labyrinth of psychological minds. The room keeps changing shape, the rules keep shifting slow. You reach for something solid and it slips before you know. Because the algorithm's promised a flawless piece of art, leaving average men to bleed out at the starting line of heart. They want a tailored paradox, a custom-ordered king, while you're just a human being trying to survive the sting. It's an impossible metric, a rigged fucking game, where mediocrity gets treated like a badge of total shame. Flawless piece of art, starting line of heart. You try to be the anchor, but they want a hurricane. Then they blame you for the damage and the heavy-handed rain. It's a transactional prison where the currency is praise, and you're paying triple taxes for the privilege of the days. They want the vulnerability, but punish any flaw, enforcing double standards like a military law. The frustration is a fever, a burning circular loop, jumping through the endless sit inside the silence of a cold, resentful room, staring at the blueprint of a fabricated doom. I am an average man, and that's a crime you can't forgive. In a world that wants a fantasy instead of room to live. Keep the high ideals, keep the expectations grand. I'm done trying to mold myself into a goddamn promised land. It's a hollow victory, a ruthless fucking strain. I'd rather be invisible than drive myself insane.